So let's talk today about my glorious Longchamp Roseau top handle. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, proud to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to some slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are, celebrating yourself and celebrating others. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the Longchamp Roseau. But before we get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has participated in my tag video thus far. I will link mine down below. I'll also link the individuals who have taken it on so far at the point of publishing this video. Thank you so much. It's been really fun to see all of your takes on it. So, let's talk about the Longchamp Roseau. And I have mine here. Now, this is a bag that I've been thinking about for a very long time. As you know, on this channel, we are Longchamp lovers, okay? If you're coming here for my take on, you know, the latest Gucci, etc., you ain't gonna find it. But if you're a lover of Longchamp and you love their pieces, then this is the channel for you 1000%. So I absolutely love this. And I've been thinking about a Roseau for a long time. And for me, it was just about price point. Although as bags go, it's not the most expensive. For someone like myself who's, you know, on a good income, an average income, a normal income, for me, swallowing kind of hundreds and hundreds of pounds to spend on bags is quite difficult. So I was debating whether or not I wanted it. Sorry, I'm just peeling the stickers off the feet. I was debating whether or not it was for me and whether or not I wanted to spend that money, especially as I really do love the Pliage bags, which I think are fabulous and beautiful, and they're at a really good price point. So I thought, do I need to go for something like a Roseau? The short answer is yes, I did. And I bought mine from Bicester Village, and I'd been going back and forth on a couple of different ones, and there were 3 at the time that I was interested in when I went to go and finally buy one. There was a large navy blue that they call pilot blue. It's almost this grey undertone navy. There was a blush pink, which of course we all know is a favourite of mine in terms of colours. Pink is my favourite colour. And then they also had this canvas monogram. So I arrived and they didn't have the other 2. They only had this canvas monogram. And I thought, it's more expensive than the others. It's not my normal palette. But I loved it, and I thought, I'm going to walk away and I'm going to think about it. Because it was still a lot of money. It was kind of £250 or so, which is still a lot of money. So I really needed to think it through. And it probably took about an hour or so, and I was going around other stores, and I kept looking at things, and I kept thinking, I would like to buy that, but if I buy that Longchamp bag, then I don't really want to spend the money on that. And I kept coming back to, if I buy that Longchamp, I don't want to buy this. And that was what cemented it for me, that I was clearly so into this bag that I was foregoing these other things that I was looking at, thinking, no, I don't really want to. Of course, we all know the end of the story where I walked into MCM and then bought an MCM handbag as well. So blew that budget. But I kept coming back to it. And what really, really struck me with this was both the monogramming, because I don't have monogram pieces, and also the mock croc. I love mock croc. It is my favourite leather print. Oh, stunning. I just think it's fabulous. And mock croc is slightly more rigid than other leathers. I think because of the way that they have to produce it, it tends to be slightly more rigid, which I really like because it gives structure. I just think it's a beautiful item. I bought mine in the largest size that you can get this in, which has a 40cm base. It has a couple of different options where you can popper the sides like so, which kind of pinches the bag and gives it a little bit more shape. You can unpopper it, which is how I've been using it, because that is how you can fit a large laptop. So I've been using this as a work bag. It's how you can fit a large laptop. And then what I'm actually really loving with this, when you do it like that, so it's got this beautiful kind of buckle, which is inspired by bamboo. The buckle itself is metal, but it's inspired by bamboo. But what I absolutely love is how when you popper it like that, look at that beautiful kind of butterfly silhouette that it creates on the top. I think that is so, so lovely. And I will keep that happening by poppering it when I'm not using it. I will just popper it so it keeps that kind of pinched shape, and then you get this butterfly. It has feet on the bottom. It's got this kind of hard-wearing canvas. It's got these beautiful mock croc in this burgundy shade. I just think this is fabulous. This isn't, like I said, my normal palette in terms of the colours that I would go for in a bag, but I am obsessed with it. I think it is wonderful, and it is very fast becoming one of my most complimented bags. And I think part of that is because Longchamp as a brand is beautiful, very well made, but it's not an intimidating brand. It's not an intimidating price point. So, not that anyone has asked me, nor would I, say to anyone if they were to ask me, oh, what did that cost you? But I think people know that Longchamp isn't the same price point fashion house. So I think it's at a price point that feels less intimidating, and I do think that means that people are sometimes more inclined to compliment or to discuss the item with you. So I have found that, and I've really loved it. Now, in terms of capacity, let's open this thing back up. It is just cavernous. It is so sizable. It is so easy to use. I absolutely love it. It's got this black fabric lining, but it also has leather here. Sorry, it's got loads of rubbish in it. It's got one really large pocket at the back there, and then you've also got these two large pockets in here as well, which aren't zipped, but those would be great for maybe a phone, a card holder, and then you've got your zip pocket for anything that you want. It also has a little Longchamp stamping in there. It is just such a big space. You can fit so much in here. Like I said, I use this as a work bag, and I do want to use it as more than a work bag, but at the moment work is just what it's suiting. But it fits a 15, 16 inch laptop, plus lunch, plus a drink, plus any papers, plus cosmetics case, my phone, my sunglasses, I've got nylon cleaner in here for some reason. I don't need that. Plus, anything that you need, a charger, all of that stuff just fits in here so easily. It does make it a little bit heavy, but the bag itself actually isn't that heavy without the items in it. I think because it's predominantly canvas, it's not the heaviest thing that you'll ever carry without anything in it, but you can really load this up. Something that would be a bit of a drawback for a lot of people, I am sure, is that this particular size of the Roseau doesn't come with a shoulder strap, whereas the medium and the small and the extra small do come with shoulder straps. So if you were wanting one to use as a work bag, but you wanted one with a strap, this isn't the bag for you. This isn't the bag for you. In that instance, I would maybe suggest something like a Strathberry, as an alternative to this if you were to look outside of the Longchamp brand. Alternatively, you can get things like the Pliage Neo in the large size, which does come with a shoulder strap, in the nylon, and if you put a bag organiser in that, it gives it a bit of structure and you can fit a large laptop in that, so that could be another alternative from Longchamp. I carry bags, as you know, pretty much exclusively top handle. If it had a shoulder strap, I wouldn't use it. So for me, that doesn't bother me. It's just something that I would like to call out for you because I know that a lot of individuals like to carry bags crossbody or long shoulder. So something to be aware of. Another thing to be aware of is that it doesn't come with a zip. So the only closure is the poppers plus this buckle on the front. Now, that's the front. Buckle, front. Now, that was something that I thought would bother me much more than it has. The only thing that it makes me a little bit conscious of is if it rains. But from a security aspect, I don't worry about it in the slightest. The likelihood is it's being carried, or I've got it like this, in which case wandering hands would struggle to get to it. The only other thing that you could do to protect it slightly more, and this was a suggestion by Ash at AshALux on Instagram, so go and check out his Instagram page. He's got some fabulous pieces and adding a lot of Hermes homeware into his collection, which is gorgeous. He suggested about a insert that has a zip, because you can buy inserts that have zips on them, so that is definitely something to consider. It's something that I've decided isn't worth it for me, but was definitely a consideration for me at the time, and I don't think it ever hurts to have that extra kind of layer, but that's completely your decision to make. Something that I have just quickly thought about that is another really good feature, and I'm just trying to find which part of the bag it is this. And I've been loving this. So this little kind of key clasp, almost, I've been putting my car key on that because that's the easiest thing to lose in a bag that's as sizable as this. So I just attach that to my car's key ring, and it means that when I'm looking for my key at the end of the day, particularly if I've left, let's say, the office late and it's dark outside and it's quite difficult to see inside my bag, short of getting my torch out to look for my car keys, then this. I mean, it's not really, wouldn't be the end of the world to fish around, but it's just good to know that they're there so that when, you know, I get out my car at the other side, I am able to just grab this and lock it. Or you could put your house keys on it. You can put anything on it really that has a ring that can attach to it. So completely your call as to what you choose to do, but that's how I choose. In short, I think this is wonderful. This won't be the last Roseau I add to my collection. I will probably buy a full leather version next, and I'm hoping in a pop of colour. I've spoken previously about that soft pink, the pistachio green that's like pistachio ice cream that's gorgeous, maybe a grey, maybe a really lovely light grey leather, that would be beautiful. Colour transfer, maybe, but I think it's beautiful. I just think it's a really stunning item, and this is a bag that I think if you're someone who's looking at maybe an Hermes garden party, I am also looking at an Hermes garden party, but if you're looking at an Hermes garden party, this could be a great alternative for that at such a different price point. Garden parties come up on the pre-loved market for really good prices, particularly if you buy them in the canvas, so that could be an option for you. But if you're wanting something brand new that is at a sub £500 equivalent in dollars, I'm not too sure of the conversion rate, but maybe sub $750, this could be a fabulous, fabulous version for you. This is easily a 9 out of 10 for me. The only thing that I could think of to change this, to make this even more my style, how would I change this? I would probably, so where you can see the orange surround of the Longchamp logoing, I would turn that to grey and I would make the mock crop black. That would be the change that I would make. I actually think they've got one currently that's very similar to that in the current collection, so do go and check that out if that would be of interest to you. But that would be the only change that I would make to this to make it even more my style. Then I think it would be a 10 out of 10, but it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I bought it. I'm so happy with it. It is very, very close to being my favourite Longchamp bag. There's a couple that just pip it to the post, but it is absolutely glorious. I cannot recommend the Roseau enough, and you won't be disappointed if you pick one up. So there we have it, everyone. That's my thoughts on that particular item. Thank you so much as always for joining me, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care. Bye now.